What the fuck? What in the absolute fuck is wrong with us right now? The cosplay community is not what it used to be, and I don't think it ever will be, but there is a issue right now that we need to address. Some of my favorite cosplayers who I look up to just in the past month, or even just a few weeks, have quit. Almost 3 of them have quit cosplay or social media entirely because of hate, harassment, and bullying. This comes just months after we lost an amazing cosplayer to suicide because their comment section were filled with racism and harassment. So why has this become such an apparent issue in our community right now? And what can we do to fix this? Because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Cosplayers have always dealt with some sort of hate in one way or another. We are a minority of nerds and neurodivergent people who like to play dress up. People are gonna find that weird, big whoop. But we were reigning supreme back in 2019-2020 era, especially when the pandemic hit and people were looking for an escape from reality because reality was a dumpster fire. So people came into the cosplay community to dress up and roleplay and experience a world that they couldn't. With this, cosplay and fandom culture rose and skyrocketed to normies. With this, it also became crazily easy to gain popularity on social media by being a cosplayer. It was very easy to accumulate 10k, 20k, 100k views because of your cosplay. Whether it be vlogs, TikTok lip syncs, cosplay was so popular. I started my first cosplay account in 2022, and by 2023 I was able to accumulate 1,000 followers on TikTok. My current accounts now have also been active for almost a year, and I have less than 400 followers on TikTok. Growth is not what it used to be, and the hate and harassment makes it so hard to stay positive and want to continue with social media. So why has this become a big issue since 2020? Well, like I said, in 2020, we had a ton of normal people and new people coming into our communities who didn't understand our guidelines and rules and what makes cosplay so special. It was seen as a trend and something to do, which isn't inherently bad, but when you don't understand the customs of what you're coming into, it's a recipe for disaster. Just years before 2020, 2017, 2018, cosplayers had to come together and make a big statement of cosplay is not consent. Cosplay is not sexual consent for anything at cons. We are not wearing cosplay to provoke you. It is our art form. It is not for you, it is for us. And that's something people have forgotten as of recently. With the popularity of cosplay in 2020, this also means there was a downfall eventually, and I can pinpoint it to be between 2024 and now. Like I said, you used to be able to get tens of thousands of views, and now it's really difficult to grow as a creator. This is because cosplay was so popular at one point, and now it's not. Those normie people who came in during 2020 and have now left look back on the cosplay community and cram it in with 2020 culture, which as a whole is seen as cringe. I believe the only reason we see it as cringe is because people were able to freely express themselves and be who they truly are, but that's a topic for another day. So looking back on this and thinking that it's cringe with the new Gen Z's weird obsession with conservatism and normality is a recipe for disaster. We don't fit in the norm. We are made up of weirdos and outcasts, so of course looking into this anyway is going to seem weird. But they are so defensive about not being part of this anymore that they feel the need to attack us now. Hate, harassment, and bullying because of these people and calling us cringe is at an all-time high. And this is just part of the issue. Another big issue comes from the cosplay community in itself. Hate and harassment amongst each other has run rampant. Ever since, again, it got popular in 2020 and people started becoming social media cosplayers or TikTok cosplayers, the rise of pretty privilege in cosplay has spread like wildfire. If you're not white, if you're not skinny, if you're not hot, people just assume you can't cosplay because you don't look like the character. I have experienced firsthand people discounting beginner cosplayers because they're not at the same level. Our community is made up of people who are neurodivergent, nerds, queer people, people of different ethnicities. We are made up of minorities. We are made up of people who don't fit into the norm. So when there becomes a norm for cosplay, it goes against literally everything cosplay is about. Cosplay is about showing your true self and embracing who you are through your art form. Because cosplay is an art form. It's about expressing yourself, not anyone else. There was a time in 2020 where you would be canceled for Asian fishing just by wearing any type of eyeliner. Didn't matter. If you wore eyeliner, you were Asian fishing. Obviously, that's not true, but a lot of people believed it. They believed that eyeliner was Asian fishing. And we called out racism like that. You could be canceled for literally anything. And trust me, that stuff does exist. There is true racism in cosplay. There is true ableism in cosplay. Because look at now. People will call you fat. People will say you don't have the right skin tone to cosplay a certain character. And when you try to defend yourself, or when other people try to defend you, they will say that you just fell for rage bait. Rage bait is the way that people get away with so much shit nowadays. It hurts and it's disheartening when hate comes from the outside, but we can always kind of roll it off of our backs because they're inherently not part of our community. They don't affect us other than just that one little time. What really hurts is when the hate comes from inside our own community. When other cosplayers tear down other cosplayers. When people who have been cosplaying for 10 plus years hate on beginner cosplayers who just started their journey because they don't have a styled wig. Racist people in our community who are white and will tell a black cosplayer to kill themselves because they're cosplaying their character. Ableists in contests who say the only reason someone won was because they were in a wheelchair, when no, they actually just did something really cool with their wheelchair and your build didn't compare. Fat phobia in cosplay, when someone says that you are too fat to cosplay that character. You're not the right cup size. You have a stomach. Your face shape is round. That's the stuff that stings when it comes from us. Cosplayers don't want to support each other anymore, and that is the downfall of our community. When we start fighting each other instead of helping each other, this is what's going to kill our craft. It's unfair. It's unfair that some people have died over this. It's unfair people stop being who they are because of this. No one should be scared to show their true self. No one should be scared. No one should be scared to be themselves. That is the bottom line. It pisses me off so much to see people enjoying something and then go to the comment section and just read hundreds of comments of hate and why they shouldn't enjoy their life. Because at the end of the day, it's my life. It's not their choice. And you can tell me, oh, well, you should just ignore it. It's hard. It's hard to ignore it. It's always there. You can try to moderate it as much as you want. You will always see it. Just don't read the comments. I can't. There's always going to be a comment notification. And most of the comments are nice for me, personally. I have a lot of people lifting me up. And that means so much more than any of the hate I've ever gotten. But that's not the case for everyone. I can name so many other cosplayers who only regularly get hate, and not for anything they can control. It's because of their skin type or their body type. The only thing I can do right now is to speak up about this, and that's all I can do. My channel isn't substantial, but if even one person sees this and goes, maybe I have been hateful, maybe I have been rude, maybe I need to apologize, that's all I'm looking for. We as a community need to change. Because people quitting a hobby they love because of hate. People killing themselves because of the hate on a hobby they love is unacceptable. I don't know what else to say. I can't stand this shit anymore. I will always keep cosplaying because it has done so much for me. It helped me become more body positive. It helped me love my identity. It helped me figure out my identity. It has shaped me as a person and is one of the coolest things I can ever do. When I get to tell people that I'm a cosplayer, I love it. I get to share my unique little weird hobby, and the people who can't enjoy it with me aren't worth my time. So despite the hate, I will always keep cosplaying because I want to be a strength and show people that you can continue even with the hate. It's hard to be strong, and it's hard to not let it get to you mentally and emotionally, but it is possible. Love is stronger than hate, and cosplayers need to love each other right now. Add those extra details to your cosplay. Over-accessorize your cosplay. Make that cringe little POV video. Just be you. That's what cosplay's all about. And to the people who will always hate on us, to the people who will always spread rumors and lies, fuck you. We'll be here. We'll be here when you choose to be nice. And we will exile you when you decide to hate us. Fuck you. Thanks.